Hey, we're here for match one of our Green-White-Black Maverick League on the play as well, which is really nice. And this hand, it's a one-lander, but I think it's keepable, especially with the Scrib Ranger. I mean, we can go turn 1 Savannah, Hierarch, untap. If we don't draw land, we can float 2 mana, play Scrib Ranger, return the Savannah, untap Noble Hierarch, play the Savannah, play Sylvan Library. So I'm going to keep this. Having the removal in hand is also really nice. I also have the ability to Green Suns for Dryad Arbor, but I kind of want to keep this for Gaddock Teeg in case we're up against a unfair deck. This should be pretty fun. I think other than not having a second land, this hand's pretty strong. Got a lot of game against a lot of different decks, which is nice. Street Wraith, okay. This could be something like Death Shadow. Especially if they get a shock land here. They don't, okay. Duress. So some interesting choices here for my opponent. Most likely taking the Swords to Plowshares if they are on Death Shadow. But they're taking the Sylvan Library, so obviously taking the card that's going to be doing a lot of pain this turn. Knight. So let's go for this line. Scrib Ranger. We can untap Noble, returning the Savannah. Play the Savannah. We do also have the option of just going for Green Suns for another creature, which is kind of nice. We will next turn have access to 4 mana because of the Scrib Ranger, but it has to survive. So maybe I'm happy just playing the Ooze here. And passing. Duress is going to be fine. And just a pass back from my opponent. Interesting. So if they are on Death Shadow, there's definitely a world where I actually don't do any attacking until I have a lethal threat like Knight. So we might just go 1-2. Untap Noble, return Savannah. I want to keep this in hand as an unknown. Play the Savannah. Play Knight. Attack with Screws for 3. Interesting. So, Goma Gangler would be really good for them because it eats all these Street Wraiths. But if they have something like Reanimate, I don't think we care about it anyway. So I'm going to respond to this one just by eating a Street Wraith. Which I probably should have done actually when I attacked. Just getting that extra point of damage. Even if they do have a Reanimate, we can actually untap the Noble Hierarch with the Scrib Ranger, return the Savannah, and then use a green mana to eat it with Screws. There's a Death Shadow. Okay. I don't think I want to use the Scavenging Ooze yet. Karakas. Let's play a land. We can just go get another knight, which doesn't seem too bad. So we'll go and get a Bayou, so we still have access to green mana, but also black. Do I want to attack? I could just attack in the air with Scribranger, putting them down to 8. Which I don't mind, because it might get to a stage where we can just go wide and swing. I'm not too scared of anything like Team of Battle Rage yet. We've only seen black mana, so that's interesting. We're also at 20, so it's going to be pretty rough for my opponent. So here I'm just going to sack this Savannah. And probably just grow these knights. Windswept Heath, crack. Get a Savannah and eat a Street Wraith. I'll get the other Bayou, sorry. We can even attack with the knights, and then if they try to do something spicy, we can untap one and like wasteland our own land. So we're looking pretty good so far. And then it's going to concede. Interesting. So obviously it didn't have something like Dismember. I think that would have been the best card there. I definitely like the Playing Engineer. I like the Thought Seizers. Maybe not on the draw. I definitely like Veil of Summer. And I don't mind Council's Judgment, just in case they're playing True Name. I don't really care for Gaddock Teeg. I don't really care for Collector Ouphe. I don't really care for Qasali Primate, most likely. Questing Beast is interesting. I think we take this out. Vrask is interesting as well. And so is Playing Engineer. Maybe the Prelates aren't as good. Maybe something like Council's Judgment. Or like 2 Thoughtseize is fine. Mainly because a lot of our 1 mana and 2 mana spells are really good in this matchup. And they're the numbers that I want to name against my opponent. So it's probably doing more harm against us. I might bring in the second Council's Judgment and drop something like a Thalia. We're bringing in a lot of non-creature magic. And on the draw, Thalia isn't as effective. So we'll see how this goes. Sounds great. The one thing that I can see might have hindered my opponent was to start with so many Street Wraiths. Although they're nice that they cycle for 2 mana and kind of add to the effect, you don't know what they're going to cycle into. So if you keep a land light hand and think that the street rates are going to go into extra land, then you're probably going to be disappointed. Like, they've kept a no lander, it looks like, thinking that the street wraith was a land. So this is like the perfect example where you can keep a hand of cards that are going to cycle into other cards, but you don't know what those are. So for my opponent's sake, I hope they draw a land here. And it looks like they didn't. Maybe they even had like a reanimate in hand. So this is pretty nice. We get to go Sylvan Library and Noble Hierarch. Just really getting out our board presence. Looks like they're going to discard. Okay, interesting. Swords is a pretty nice draw. I think we want something like Thalia. I don't mind putting this back and then paying 4 for the fetch land. Interesting that they brought this in. Maybe it's a whole different deck. I'm not too sure why this card would be in here. I think I just want to deal with it with swords. I'll go and get a Bayou. And play this knight. Then we can attack here with Noble. Pretty rough for my opponent. We now get to have a look at Sylvan Library with a fresh 3, which is really nice. Put on top. Put the Green Suns on top for now. We don't really need the second one. I think here I'm happy to go Ramunap. Play Windswept Heath. Crack it. Get a Savannah. Can now Green Suns for a bunch because of Cradle with Knight. But I think I'm actually happy just holding it up. I could attack, but I'm just going to hold up these 2 cards. I kind of want to use Knight in my end step. Blood Pet's fine. Interesting card. Ritual. Okay. Okay. Sure. Cabal Ritual. We don't have Bojuka Bog in the deck, so we can't do anything here. That's going to be fine. Cruel Bargain. Draw 4 cards, you lose half your life rounded up. Okay. Ritual's fine. Ritual again. I wonder if there's a world where I want to use Abrupt Decay on this priest, just in case they have some sort of sack a creature cast effect where they tutor by sacking a creature. Pretty interesting deck. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Just a... I wonder if I just want a Swords here and Abrupt Decay. I kind of feel like I do, just to get through some damage. I'm just going to untap Swords here. Just so they couldn't like Ritual into like some sort of instant speed win. Put on top, put on top. It's pretty rough because we can Swords the Blood Pet here and then just attack for lethal anyway. So luckily we get game one. I'm not too sure what that deck was, but we will see you in match 2.